Greetings, family and friends. Welcome to my channel. As you can see, I'm out and about. I'm out in the sun, and I've had a bit of an interesting week gone past, I have to say. And I'm just sort of trying to do work in my house and trying to get a few things organised. And because I've been going up and down, it's the rainy season, by the way. I'm in Sierra Leone, it's the rainy season, and it's been a real bummer, I tell you, trying to work out what to do when it rains like all day, all night, in terms of, the work that I've got to do with the building and stuff like that. And it is a real eye-opener because now of course, this is my first time as an adult with responsibilities, living full-time in Sierra Leone. Obviously, other rainy seasons when I've been here, I've got nothing to do with anything. It's been down to my parents when I was growing up, or somebody else when I was working here during the Ebola epidemic. So that's the situation, and adulting during rainy season is not easy, particularly for a middle-aged adult. So that was interesting. But yeah, so there's lots to do, lots to think about. And the other day I was thinking about stuff like plastic surgery, I beg your pardon, plastic surgery, and looking after your skin, and I suppose things that people do to look a bit younger, and all the rest of it. And the reason that came into my mind was because I've been wearing my mask a lot, and it's the rainy season, and I notice I normally have a clear complexion. I have no trouble whatsoever with my face. I hardly wear any makeup. I just go about my business and do my thing without worrying about anything. I just think, well, what will happen will happen. All you have to do is eat properly, exercise, drink lots of water, and things will follow through. Don't rely on the fact that black skin is, you cannot define black skin, basically. And an 80-year-old black woman could look like a 40-year-old very easily. I'm not saying I am, I'm just talking about black skin in general. So anyway, I woke up one morning and I saw lots of sort of like heat rash all over my face. And I was really, really worried. I thought to myself, what on earth is going on? I sat down and tried to go back over the weekend. What had I to eat, and where did I drink water, and did I eat any street food, or did something come into my path that I'm not aware of? Because I'm scrupulously clean. I think I am anyway. And I spent a whole day worrying about what could have gone wrong for my skin to come up with lots of pimply like heat rash, But it wasn't like very noticeable, I don't think. And also, it was just like a blanket of heat rash. It wasn't pimply, there was no sort of edge to it. I didn't have any symptoms. Obviously, I'm a health professional, so I checked out all other things. I had, my temperature was normal. I had no other symptoms, no pain anywhere, nothing that I should worry about that was going on. I wasn't worried about anything in myself for it to manifest itself in that way. And I just couldn't think what was going on. So it was a right worry. And then I began to think to myself, why am I worrying so much about a heat rash that's come up on my face, except for vanity or whatever it is, I suppose. And then I began to think about people that I'd known in the past, and they were knocking on sort of 70, 80 plus, and they would still go out to the shops, go shopping, you know, buy nice clothes and just live their lives and do nice things. And I'm thinking to myself, well, do you know what? For us humans, the instinct or the I don't know, the strength that we have, the resolve that we have for life and for living, it really fuels everything. So it fuels your wanting to look nice all the time. It fuels the you know, trying to go out and dress nicely and all that sort of thing. All of it, all of human activity that we're engaged in is fueled by this need to sort of live life and do what you can whilst you can. And of course, you don't want to be too obsessive about your appearance. Well, nobody admits to being too obsessive, and you know, you don't want that. If you're a sensible person, I think you don't want looking good to be over and above everything else that's going on in your life. You definitely don't want that, because then of course you come across as being superficial and, you know, a little too sort of vain and that sort of thing. And for me, those are not particularly attractive characteristics for a person to have. Anyway, I digressed. Come back to it, to my heat rash. So I thought to myself, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get off of food for at least 3 days. I'm not going to eat anything. I'm just going to do lots of face things. I've got tons of facial washes, vitamin C this, blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And I'm not going to eat for about 3 days. I'm just going to drink water, take an antihistamine, because I thought maybe I had picked up an allergy to something I'd eaten. So I took, thankfully, I've got a whole gamut of medication with me that I brought in. So I took an antihistamine. I took one for 5 days, one a day. And then for 3 days, I didn't eat any food. I just drank loads of water, squeezed lime into a drink, and, you know, stuff like that. Things that were completely without any additives or whatever, just natural stuff. No food, just water, lime, tea, that sort of thing. And after 3 days, it began to get better. And I thought, oh, that's more like it. So it began to get better. I could see that some of it was going. And today's what, Saturday? So I started this ordeal on Monday when I noticed that I had this heat rash looking thing on my face, all over my face. And today's Saturday, and I'm out and about today. You know, for me, I think it's minimal around there and around there, and I'm not so worried about it today. I just feel that it's a bit better. It's not something I should worry about. And what I did do, the not eating for that length of time and drinking loads of water, going to bed on time, and my Fitbit told me that I was sleeping for, 7 to 8 hours a night. Because I don't live far from the sea, so, you know, at night it's actually quite cool, almost cold. On the threshold of being very cool to slightly cold. So in between there, that's how it is. So I sleep very well at night, and that's what I did. And I was watching some of these programs on Netflix as well, which a plastic surgeon was working with people who have lots of problems, and he was working with a nurse who specializes in looking after people who have some sort of dermatological issue going on, or any other problems, not just on their faces but all over their bodies. And oops, and I've been watching these programs, and they've been an insight and they've been interesting, and they've literally had all sorts of ages there, and it just, as I said earlier, just brings me right back to the conclusion that I have, that age has nothing to do with it, and that we all want to look our best, whatever our age is, and we all, want to persevere to make sure that, we're looking top form. Well, most people do anyway, but of course you don't want that, as I said, you don't want that to be, the mainstay of life. Yeah, so that's been what I've been thinking about this week and what's gone on. Yeah, it's been an interesting week, one that I've had to get some more work done in the house, and so yeah, we're plodding on, and grateful for the time and the ability to do it. Really am grateful for that, and good health too. So there we are. My name, folks, is Nyamakurasila. If you've stumbled on my channel, it's fantastic to have you here. Please like and comment on this video or any others that you might want to watch. I talk about a huge number of things, lifestyle stuff, my thoughts on something that's going on. I'm a health professional, an activist, a mother. Mother should come first, really. And, at a very sort of transitionary stage in life. So, yeah, so there's lots of things that I'm interested in. Actually, there's lots of things that I've always been interested in my life. But I think some of those things are coming forefront now that I have a little bit more time to think about them. So do please subscribe to my channel. It's lovely to have you. I'm trying to build my audience. Oh, crikey, how do I get this to move a little bit? Yep, trying to build my audience, basically. And I hope that you can be part of the family, part of the Nyamakoro family. Thank you. Cheers.